Princess Witch woke up the next morning, but something was immediately different. She woke up, but it was still dark out. Normally, the sun's rays shine brightly in the window, and she can see all the way out across the lands around Princess Witch's castle to the west. But today, this morning, she couldn't see anything. It was extremely dark out. She sat up and was about to head down the stairs when Princess Witch of the West came flying up the stairs on her broomstick and said, "Wake up, Princess! I can't let you sleep in like I normally do. There's already trouble. I know that we spoke yesterday about the crystals needing to be replaced, but I don't think we're going to have time to do it today." And Princess Witch of the West said, "Well, I think you already know, but the sun did not come out today. There aren't any clouds in the sky, but the sun never showed up." Princess Witch of the East, our Princess Witch, said, "I've never seen anything like this before. The world is all wonky lately." Together they looked out and they couldn't even see past the castle gates. It was so dark. They went down the stairs and they had to light the candles of the castle in order to see. They went down and there was a quiet around the castle. The normal hustle bustle of the morning was just not there, and both the princesses scavenged around the kitchen real quick and grabbed a snack and went out to find Princess Witch of the West's parents, the King and Queen of the West, and they were in hot debate about what to do. Day has become night. Night has become day. What will we do? They pondered and pondered and thought. They said, "We might need to go out and see the other communities in the kingdom and make sure they're okay." The princesses agreed that they would go out and help the other communities in the darkness. So the two princesses and Atlas climbed on their brooms and hurriedly flew out the front gates of the castle. But as soon as they did, there was like a flashing back and forth. They couldn't even see. It was disorienting. They had flown out of the castle so fast it was hard to get back. Light and dark and light and dark and light and dark and light and dark. It was like a strobe light effect. They were getting confused. It was hurting their eyes and their heads. They made it back to the castle gates. Whew, that was the strangest experience. And now it's dark again. "I think the world's trying to keep us contained," said Princess Witch, our Princess Witch. "We need to figure out how to reset the world clock. And I'm not sure how to do that." Princess Witch of the West said, "Well, I would tell you to go down to the library, but it might be a little wet and really dark, so I'm not sure. We might have to put our heads together and think about this." So the day went on. Well, the night went on. And nobody could think of what to do. It was hard to even leave the castle without feeling the effects of the time continuum malfunction. And so Queen Witch said, "I'm going to make a potion that will normalize the effects for one individual just long enough that they could leave the castle and figure out what's going on." Princess Witch of the West said, "I will do it. I will take up this task. I will restore normal time in the daylight." And Queen Witch said, well, the potion will be ready soon. But our Princess Witch spoke up and said, no, this is my responsibility. It's my fault that the crystals were missing, and it's my fault that this is all happening. So I will take the potion, and I will sort this out. So, after arguing with Princess Witch of the West, our princess was chosen to be the one to go on this task. And Queen Witch said, well, it's going to take me some time to get this ready. So I'm going to start getting all my ingredients into a pot and stewing it up, but it needs to simmer for some time before it's ready to drink. As the night continued, or the day, it was really, really dark. Everybody in the kingdom began to become really, really sleepy because of the nighttime. They slept, and they woke up and it was a bright light shining everywhere. So white, so light, so bright, the light was white. And they didn't know what time it was anymore. Everyone was confused. Day was night and night was day. Everyone was very disoriented. It was like a delirious effect. People were starting to go crazy out there. They said, the world is ending! The world is ending! What will we do? And people in the kingdom began to protest against the kingdom. And there were riots, and violence, and fights, and people stealing things and wrecking things. They were overall just being bad people. Princess Witch of the West flew out and told the people that they need to go home and rest assured that they'll sort this out. But everybody started throwing things at her on her broomstick, and she had to dodge and duck and escape back into the castle keep. There's no reaching them. We must get ready soon. But just then, it flashed again, and everything was dark, and people were sleepy. Princess Witch, our Princess Witch, at the last second before everybody became sleepy, became a magic fairy, for which the magic fairy powers protected her from any sleepy spells. So she flew around, and everyone was snoring and sleeping. And she knew that Princess Witch of the West wanted to go on this mission to go save her kingdom, but she was the only one prepared enough and powerful enough to stop this madness and restore the normal time continuum. So she flew, and she found Queen Witch, and the magic potion was still brewing. Just then, another flash of light. Everybody was awake again, and she popped out of her fairy form, and she told Queen Witch that she needed to take the potion now, for day and night were switching rapidly, and it was happening so fast that it was going to happen just as quickly as the outside world, where it was going to be a strobing effect and everyone would go crazy. And Queen Witch, who had just awoken, said, I'm not even sure how long this potion's been brewing. It's been back and forth night and day. Normally it takes 3 days to make this, but with so many day and night shifts, I don't know what time it is. Ah! So, just then, Princess Witch, our Princess Witch, had a great idea. The kingdom needs their rest. There's too many days passing too quickly, and they're not getting enough sleep. So she became a fairy quickly, and sprinkled magic sleeping powder on everyone, and put them all asleep despite it being day or night. This will help them relieve their delirium. And I must take this potion, whether it's ready or not. So she gulped up the potion, and suddenly it was the end of probably the first day since this all began, and it was twilight, and she said, I need to go up to the Cloud City again, where the Pegasus Knight was, and see if he knows that was where the white crystal was. So she got on her broom, she told everybody good luck while through their snoring, and she flew up into the sky, and everything was normal still. Just then, out of nowhere, the Pegasus Knight showed up. He said, Princess Witch, I need your help. You took the white crystal, and that threw the time continuum out of order. Now day is night, and night is day, and the days are speeding up, and I don't know what will happen if the days and nights start blending into one. And Princess Witch said, I know. It's probably going to destroy the world. So, we need to go fix it. Pegasus Knight said, Quickly, follow my Pegasus, and we'll fly to the Cloud City. And you must go to the Eternal Clock and restore it with your magic. So they flew up to the Cloud City together, and they flew into the Cloud Temple. There, past the pedestal where the white crystal had been sitting, they saw the Eternal Clock. The clock hands were spinning in all different directions. The hour hand was spinning incredibly fast, and the minute hand was spinning fast, but it was spinning backwards. Nobody knew what... The Pegasus Knight said, I've never seen anything quite like this before. Everything is out of whack. Use your magic powers. Princess Witch had never done anything quite like this, but she used her magic from her wand to try to normalize the speed. Everything sped up and slowed down and sped up and slowed down. Everybody's movements were a blur. All of a sudden there was a time vortex. Princess Witch felt like she was getting sucked in, but the Pegasus Knight grabbed her hand just at the last second and pulled her away. And then she slowed it down, and she cast a magic so strong to keep the Eternal clock ticking at the normal speed. Suddenly the minute hand slowed down, the second timer slowed down, and the hour slowed down. It was reset to the time that was appropriate, late in the day, on the first day of the time continuum being malfunctioned. And everything seemed to go back to normal. Princess Witch thanked Pegasus Knight for saving her. She thought she was going to get sucked into the time continuum and lost forever. However, she did see some of what she thought was maybe the future, and she knew what she had to do to fix everything. And she said, I think that I need to get back home soon. Otherwise, this stuff is just going to keep happening, and I will never be able to leave this place unless we get the crystals back to where they are supposed to be and restore the normal equilibrium of the world. So the Pegasus Knight said, Go quickly now, Princess, and get back to the Princess Witch of the West and see what you can do. We need you to restore the white and black crystal to restore day and night and stabilize the time continuum. Your magic will only be good for so long. And Princess Witch thought, there's many more crystals that need to be replaced than just those. And I'll have to look into defeating or conquering or solving whatever problems those come about. And I have to work towards getting back home in order to put everything back to normal. So she flew back to the Princess Witch of the West, and everyone was celebrating once again. And only Princess Witch of the West and the King and Queen Witches of the West knew that she had restored order, at least for now. They thanked her for all her help and fed her up. She ate a lot because she didn't really get a good breakfast or lunch. And she grabbed Atlas cuddled up next to him, and fell asleep very shortly after, hoping that she'll see the morning light when she wakes up. The end.